What is up, beautiful nerdy people? 'Tis I, Richard S. from the Otaku Review. How's it going? I have a lovely review for you today of some Funko Pops. I had a quite big delivery the other day from Pop Culture. If you haven't heard of Pop Culture, they're an Australian company that sells various anime collectibles, funk and gaming and statues, and I decided to grab some of the New York Comic Con exclusive pops, as they had a lot of the My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball exclusives. They do charge quite a fair bit for postage, and you do get hit by import, but I only go for exclusives, so unless it's an exclusive, I won't order from them. But anyway, nonetheless, we're not here to moan about postage and stupid tax and government and crap. We're here to talk about some Funkos. So I'm going to show you the ones first that I got via Pop Culture, and then the ones that I got via MCM that I couldn't open on my video as I didn't have enough time. So first up, we are going to have some villains. So first up we have is Dobby. As you can see, he's not in the box, as I took him out of the box to save some time opening. So this is a 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive, so I had to have this bad boy for my collection, as Dobby is just such a cool villain, and I really hope they're going to focus on him more in season 4. He was only in a couple of episodes briefly, mainly in the camp training arc, and we saw him a few times attacking the hero crew. So here is Dobby himself looking fabulous, and I absolutely love the base on this. As you know, Dobby has a blue flame attack, so we haven't seen it very much in the anime, but when he does use it, it is a devastating attack. And you can see all the staples on his face are painted individually. There are one or two that aren't painted very well, but if you're looking at it close up, you can't really tell. So I might go over it with some grey model paint. And the hair sculpt is really well done, and I can't see any other flaws, and all the detail on his jacket is there. Personally, I don't really much see of his jacket because it was generally out in the dark when he mostly attacked. But he looks super cool nonetheless, and he's even got all his earrings and everything, and all his muscle scarring. So again, we don't know much about him yet, but there's rumours that going around that he might be Torudoki's brother or half brother. But we'll have to wait and see in the anime, because I'm not reading ahead in the books because I don't want to do an Attack on Titan again and spoil it for myself. So at the minute, I'm just going to keep it to the anime. So that is Dobby number 637. Next up, we have another villain, or villainess, I should say, and this is everyone's favourite killer waifu, Himiko Toga. This is just a special edition, so again, I think this was a Hot Topic exclusive. So this is number 610 of the collection. So this is from the newest wave, or third wave. The only one I need from this wave at the minute is Midoriya in his masked cowl outfit. So let's have a look at the lovely little girl herself, looking all flustered because she loves that Deku. She's just so cute, and I love the little blush marks on her cheeks. It's so cute. I do love Toga. I see a lot of girls cosplay her because, well, A, she's easy to cosplay, and B, she's a little bit of a psychopath. I think it's that little Tsunade that everyone likes, and you can see she's holding a little tiny dagger. I would like it if they did another Toga, but when she has all her villain gear on, because her quirk basically is she absorbs blood, so when she consumes blood, she can transform into the person's blood that she's consumed for, I think, a couple of hours. I'm not sure if she's got a time limit or she can transform when she can. So we only saw it once when it was the championship arc, so we hope to see more of her. She has appeared in season 4 a couple of episodes, but just kind of sat in the background to keep quiet so she doesn't get killed. So yay. And I love her school uniform. Again, her fuku's really well painted, all the lines on her neckerchief and everything, and her little school shoes. She's just so cute, and no marks or mispaints at all. Her hair, it's got a little bit of a visible mold mark, but again, I'm not going to really quibble about that. And her little scruffy buns are really well done on her hair as well. So very happy with that pop. So that is Miss Toga-chan. And our last villain for now is Hero Killer Stain, and I was really looking forward to getting this pop because he was just such a really cool villain in this. I think it was season 3, no, season 2 onto season 3. So yeah, yeah, he's pretty badass. He's a nasty piece of work as well. Obviously, we saw him between the battle between him, Deku, and Hahida-kun. Sorry, I was trying to remember his name. I'm still trying to remember everyone's names. So this pop really is well designed. So basically, as he sits, as you can see, his scarf coming from the back of his neck, it actually works as a counterbalance, which is a very, very clever idea. And yeah, his face looks so cool. There's a little bit of a paint mold mark on his mask and around his eye area, but I don't care. I really, really wanted this pop. And all his blades as well, especially where they got all the chipping and everything on. That's really, really cool. And he's got his serrated blade as well, and all his outfit is very, very well done. So I couldn't wait to get this pop. Yeah, Stain is a nasty piece of work. Basically, he's known as the hero killer, if you haven't watched My Hero Academia. And yeah, basically, he attacks one of the hero's brothers and leaves him paralyzed and pretty much nearly dying in a hospital bed. And basically, Himada pretty much goes for a very bad mental breakdown over it and is pretty much just very focused on just nothing but revenge on getting Stain back for what he did to his brother and his family. So, yeah, I can understand that. So, we don't know what's kind of happened with him. We know he got arrested, but other than that, he hasn't really shown his face up again, apart from the villains mention him once or twice, so sort of as an inspiration for, wanting to, take over the city and everything again. But yeah, really, really like this pop. I'm glad I got him for my collection. So again, just to show you the box, he is pardon me. He is again a New York Comic Con exclusive, and he's number 636 of the series. So that's all the main villains I got. And this is the other one that I got via Pop Culture the other day. This isn't my hero per se, it's a Dragon Ball, and it is of the Meditating Piccolo. I didn't order the Vegeta at the time because I wasn't sure if my partner wanted it, but I have got him on my Christmas list, so fingers crossed, hopefully Santa would be nice. So I love Piccolo. He's a very, very cool character, so there's a little bit of hair stuck on his face, so static. So I'm glad he got the classic look with all the turban and his cape and everything, because I love it when he wears the cape. He looks really, really badass. And the paint job's not too bad. It's very basic, so I'm glad they did the arms and the hands okay, and the sculpt's alright. The boots could do with a little bit of shading, in my opinion, rather than just being one bland colour. And all the sort of mold marks in all the cape is pretty well done. And I like the clear base, so obviously it looks like he's sort of hovering while he's meditating. So this is like early Dragon Ball, like when he's training Gohan in the sort of desert, where he's getting chased by dinosaurs and all sorts of things. And again, another New York Comic Con exclusive, so glad to add this to my set. And this is number 670 of the Dragon Ball series. So just going to put Mr. Piccolo over here. Next up, I'm just going to show you the ones out of box that I got at MCM Comic Con, as I didn't really get to show you properly. So, first up is number 607 of Wave 3, and this is of Fukagage Tokugami, or aka Birdie Boy. So here he is out of the box, and I do really like the design of this. I love how they did his shadow bird coming out of his back. It's really cool. So yeah, basically he has a hawk head, which is kind of random. We haven't actually seen his parents, I don't think, even in when they did all the interviews after the big hero attack from the villains. So it's all this sort of crazy crisscross sort of wiring, and all in different sort of shades, and they use this sort of toner, which gives it a really sort of sort of shadowy effect, which is really cool, because obviously shadow is a shadow. So basically he can use this sort of kind of like a familiar in a way to attack or aid him, but the only problem is his weakness is when he gets in the darkness, the shadow loses control and starts going berserk. But it's still a really cool quirk nonetheless, and he's just in his standard cowl because he likes being a kind of, background dark shadow character, kind of like Batman, where he's like, I am the night, but I can't be in the night or else I'll go crazy. So that is Tokuyami. Next up, I'm going to show you is, let's see, I'm sorry, just trying to separate all my boxes. So next up we have is Irijiba Irijo Kurashima, or I think he's called Red Rock or something. I can't remember his hero name, unfortunately, not at this time. So, yay, Rock Boy, aka Bakugo's bestie. And he's number 606 from Season 3. So, I was really pleased to get Irijo, because he's just such a cool character. He's one of those kind of like laid-back guys, but he can sort of calm the situation down, even though he's a bit of a hardhead himself, because he has a rock ability. So here is the pop himself, and I love this pop. I love the hair sculpt, because obviously he has his hair kind of like horns in a weird way, and he has kind of like this wrestle mask. Reminds me of one of those, is it Kane that wears like a mask like this? It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And he's got his basic belt, and he wears cogs on his arms. I don't know why he has cogs when he has a rock ability. I'm not sure. I need to rewatch the episode where they design their costumes. Maybe he says it then, I can't remember. That's back in Season 1, which was quite some time ago. And as you can see, he's got his fists together, and he's doing his harden ability, or quirk. So he can basically harden his body as hard as rock. And yeah, that's pretty much all his quirk is. And yeah, super duper cool pop. So that is Kurashima. So I'm just going to pop in there. Next up, we have another lovely lady hero, and this is Momo Yorozuri, and I like Momo. She's really cool. She's a very calm-headed sort of hero, and basically her quirk is she can make any sort of kind of appliance or tool, and it basically comes out of her chest, which is kind of weird because she's got quite big boobs, and she's very kind of very shy and very modest. So I'm just going to show you the pop. So here's Momo. So she has a huge ponytail. So I kind of feel sorry for any cosplayers who have to do her with the massive head sort of piece they have to make for her cosplay. And she's holding a staff because she can make anything like rods, bombs, blankets, anything that can aid heroes in basically a situation. And she has just basic red top, red boots, and a kind of yellow belt as a skirt. And on the back, she has a little shelf with a guidebook. I'm not quite sure why she has that. I never noticed that until I got the pop. And just a kind of like a training belt as well on there to hold her costume together. So I do love Momo. She's really cool because, yeah, best girl. I like her. Well, my best girl is Froppy, because I love Froppy. She's just too adorable. I'm sorry. Next up, we have another exclusive I got some time ago, again from Pop Culture. This is of Mirotoge, or Power, if you know him. So he was just introduced to us at the end of sort of Season 3, and now we know more about him in Season 4, because he's working with Deku. And basically, he has the ability where he can phase through any material or surface. The only problem is he has to do it whilst naked. But he's really cool. And when I saw him, all I could think about was he looked like the Vault Boy from Fallout. That's all I could think about. And there was just so many memes of him. And he's really super cool and very powerful. He's very quick. He's very powerful, kind of his punches and everything, and yeah, basically he's one of the very top heroes in the academy, or basically from the Big Free League. So I'm hoping they're going to make his buddies, I can't remember their names unfortunately, because again, they've barely been in the anime, and I haven't read the manga where they've been in. So yeah, hope they make the pops of these guys. So he's doing his power pose, because he's called himself Lemillion. So basically, he can save millions and millions of people, but keep a smile on their faces. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a nice touch to his name, because he just revealed it in the last episode. So very cool. So that is Mirotoge. Next up, we're gonna come up to the man himself. So get ready for the laugh. So do not fear, for All Might is here. So I have two versions of All Might. So this is All Might in his Silver Age costume. And this was a very random pop I thought they picked in pose-wise. So this is number 608. And this is All Might doing a hero pose. And if you remember, I think in Season 1... he basically did a weird thing, and Christopher made it more hilarious, where he entered a classroom, but he said, "I will enter this classroom in a heroic way," and he did it in this pose randomly. And I thought it was so weird they made the pop of this. So here is the pop. So he is here. So it's All Might in a Silver Age costume. I do love this outfit. One thing I would like, is a metallic version. I know there is a metallic version coming out, but I think it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive, so it's going to be very hard to get hold of here in the UK. But it would make the outfit stand out a hell of a lot more. So I like what they've done with the base. They've made it very sturdy. So because also All Might's got a pretty big hefty head where it's resin, but it stands very, very well. They could have done the finger and hand mold a little better because there's still a little bit of residue left on the hands and the mold marks are quite visible. But other than that, sorry, a bit of hair in his face. It's really, really cool, and I love All Might. And Chris Sabat as All Might is just, a match made in heaven because he's just awesome at doing heroic voices. And next up we have yet another All Might, and this is number 604 from season 3, and this is All Might in his teacher's uniform. One of my favourite outfits he wears. So here's All Might doing his thumbs up pose. And I love his face. It's just so derpy. And the yellow striped pin outfit that he wears a lot around the school. So yay, again, love the pop. I know it's just the same generic face as all the other All Mights, but yay, I'm glad they made the teacher outfits, and I'm glad they're doing all the variations of All Might. So super duper cool. So that is All Might. Okay, so next up we have a villain, and this is one, again, I got via pop culture, and this is Tomura Shiragaki, and aka Weird Hand Guy. Yeah, basically I think he has all the hands of his victims all over him, that's his shtick. So yeah, very glad to get this. This is the first villain I got for my set. This is number 565, and I believe this was a Hot Topic exclusive, I think. So very glad to get him. So this is the overall pop himself. It is, again, quite a weighty pop, as you can see from the size of the base to keep him stable. So he's got all these hands, which are kind of like in a sort of pearlescent sort of colour. Not too pearly, but, they're kind of shiny. And he's got all the wires coming from the back, which hold them in place. And so far, we know that this is his father's hand, which is on his face, which is kind of really super creepy. And he's got all the hands all over the rest of his arms and his waist and everything. And his kind of really weird granddad shoes. That's all I can say. He doesn't wear a lot. He's, doesn't really care. All he cares about is, taking over the town and, making superheroes, kind of irrelevant because he hates them. Because he thinks they're just nothing but glorifying, money grabbers, basically. So he has the power of decay. So basically anything he touches with his hands will basically, just kind of wither and turn into black dust and just fade out. So yeah, he's kind of making a comeback in season 4 now, because obviously there's another villain, you might know who, wearing that certain mask, trying to take over the villain league, and he don't like it. So yay, and we're going to hopefully see more of him in the next series. And then the last pop we have is another villain, but the villain of villains, All for One. And this is the standard variant. There are two. There's an exclusive, which is from New York Comic Con, where he has kind of like tendrils coming from his hands, because he can use various abilities. So All for One has all the powers, basically. So he can basically give powers, where All Might can give powers, but All for One can take powers away and then give them to other villains. That's what we learn, or other people. So here's All for One. So I kind of like the way that they did the mask. They didn't use a clear thing like they did with Ochio. They kind of did it one color, but they used this really cool transfer. But I kind of glad they did it in a way. And he's got his standard suit, and he's kind of like doing his pose like he's about to clap, because he likes to clap and go, "Subarashi," you're so amazing. And they've done all the pipes and all the detail to his mask really well, or his Banish mask, I should say. So, yay. Kind of glad I got All for One. I am waiting on the exclusive, because I ordered it by Pop Culture, so waiting on that one. So, we don't know a lot about All for One now, because he's basically in prison. And he's classed himself as dead, so he's now no longer the anti-villain leader. So that's why damn it, I forgot his name. That's really bad. I forgot his name. The guy wearing the mask. I forgot his name. It's not Dobby. Brain. Fart. I can't remember. Overhaul. Overhaul is trying to take over. That's the one. And yeah, he's basically part of the Yakuza clan, and he's trying to take over from Awful One because yeah, he wants to be the head honcho, and this guy's not happy about it. So that's all we're gonna know at the moment because we're only on episode 4 of the new season. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen with the Villain League. So guys, that is all the new My Hero Pops I've got. I hope you enjoyed my review, and as always, please hit that notification button at the top so you get all my latest videos, and I do have a lot of videos to get through soon. So I hope you say, like, and share and subscribe. So until next time guys, I'm going to say sayonara, stay nerdy, stay happy, and keep collecting guys. Bye!